the insert for this fun fold kind of overlaps on the pocket to kind of lock it into place.
Hello, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Julie Baca and welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. We are making a pocket card today, which I just love pocket cards. I love the insert. I also don't love writing big long notes, so fitting it on a little insert is like perfect for me. I've got lots of tips to share to put this together the easy way the first time. So, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. All the measurements for this are on my blog post. It's linked in the description of this video. So let's get started.
When you're designing your card, start with your designer series paper, picking out which piece you want to use. For several of the examples, I'm using this Floral Delight, but at the end, I've got two more examples using totally different designer series paper. Now for my cards, I'm using the Textured Notes bundle. Check out the rectangles in this die set. I absolutely love it. This is just going to be a classic. Now you do not need these dies to make this card. I designed it so that you can just cut out the paper if you want. The measurements for that will be on my blog post, and I also added them to the project sheet so that you can just cut them if you don't have this bundle. To get this free project sheet, I email it out to my email subscribers on Friday morning, and it's free for that first week, and then it goes to my tutorial store. So if you're not on my email list, I'll link it down in the description so you can get this. Now I am going to be using the stamp set that goes with these dies. I loved this textured wicker basket and then these leaves, but you're going to be able to put in any stamp set that you want to use. So we're going to start by doing our die cutting. For this project, I'm going to be using the largest one, and then the third largest one, and then this little strip here. So just pick your favorite piece of designer series paper. This is going to be the main really focal point of the card. Look at the gorgeous texture that this die has around the edge. It just really finishes off those rectangles. Now the flip side of this designer series paper is this beautiful gingham. And I'm just using this long skinny die to just cut out that accent piece. And then we're going to use that third from the largest rectangle for the insert. Now all of those popping sounds when you're using your cut and emboss machine, they are normal. When I first got my machine, I was like, what did I do? I broke it. Nope, it's normal. Check out that beautiful detailed edge. And then for the insert, instead of just having a plain piece of cardstock, got that gorgeous edge. So these three pieces are the only die cutting you need to do, or like I said, I provided the measurements in case you don't have the dies. Now you're going to take your biggest one and you are going to cut the top off of it at 1 1/4 inches. Now if your paper has a direction, make sure that this is at the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach this accent strip before I lose it because it's so tiny. Now this is going to be centered right in the middle here, but whoa, what's happening? But we're going to line it up right along the edge. You want it nice and flush so it just kind of finishes off the top of that pocket. And let's set this stuff aside so we can do some stamping. Now I'm using the Textured Notes stamp set that goes with those dies, and I'm going to take this little woven piece here and these beautiful leaves, and then I'm going to grab this thank you here, and then this for the inside. Oh, and we need the circle for the pull tab. Now I just grabbed a couple colors out of inks that match that designer series paper, and I'm just going to put, grab yourself a scrap piece, and I'm just going to put this leaf right down here. And then that woven piece, we're going to just put right in the middle at the bottom. And it's kind of cut out, which I think is so interesting. And then grab whatever sentiment you want to use. Let's see, I think I'm going to put this maybe over to the right a little bit. Oh, that looks cool. Now grab that wicker circle and just stamp it on a scrap piece of paper. Now when I'm punching, I like to have just a narrow scrap of paper. so that when I put it in my punch, I can really maneuver it, you know, however I need to line it up. It's just easier for me and really saves paper that way because you can really cut them really close to each other. I just have to show you the texture in that. Now, oh, I wanted to tell you, I used this textured notes bundle for my bundle of the month video class. So if this kind of textured earthy thing is your vibe, I got together with 15 other people and we each made a card using the textured notes bundle. And it's so cool to see how many different things we came up with. You get 16 videos for this. You get it for free with a purchase of $75 or more in April when you order through me. After that, the video class is available in my tutorial store. Now for the class though, we used just earth tones that matched the designer series paper in that bundle. And so that's why I just wanted to show you a different way, another different way to use that bundle, just by changing up the colors and pairing it with a different designer series paper. All right, now grab your 2-inch circle punch, or you could use a die if you have it. See, I like to just be able to maneuver this in here. Then I press down just the littlest bit and I double check to make sure that's centered before I punch it. Now grab your the bottom piece, the one with the lip here, and you're gonna center it in your circle punch. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Center it this way and then push it all the way in till you see the strip edge and then pull it back. We do not want to cut the strip edge, but we just want to take enough off of there to where our insert is gonna sink down into this hole here. Okay, we are almost done. Isn't that so quick? Now you're gonna grab a card base, and this is actually just, it's not gonna open, although you could make it open if you needed to say more things. Like I said at the beginning, I like my notes to be nice and short. So I have a tip for assembling this. You want to center this on your cardstock here, but it can be hard because it's separated. So I kind of piece it back together and try to center it up on there like that. And now we're going to glue this piece down. Keep this here. You're going to put glue all over this piece. And now you're going to hold this in place. Ooh, I shifted it the tiniest bit. And then you're going to be able to bump up this top piece onto the bottom piece, and it's going to be nice and straight because you've already figured out where that goes. Push this down until it's adhered, and now we can remove this piece. Now when we go to put this piece in place, we're going to be able to bump it up against there because this is holding our spot, and everything will be nice and straight. Now to easily make this a pocket, we are just going to add glue on the two sides and along the bottom. Now I'm purposely not putting glue along that embossed edge there because I don't want the glue to seep through. And then we're just going to line this up. I just run my finger along the edge to make sure that is nice and adhered. You want it to be nice and strong, especially right here, because that's where it's going to feel the stress of getting the insert in and out. So you can see this is just going to slide in and out. And like that looks cool like that, but I do like the circle on there. Now, a tip for attaching your circle. Don't just glue it on there. We want the bottom of this to not be glued so that it'll sink down into that thumb notch a little deeper. So the way I did this was just to add glue right here to the top of my insert, and it doesn't take very much. And then put my circle on top. Now, because I kind of want this circle to be kind of down here, I'm centering it on my insert kind of farther down. It's not halfway. Here, let me show you. So it's not like halfway up here. It's definitely down more into the insert. Now, when you put it in, you'll see that this top circle is going to be able to sink down deeper into the card. It kind of locks it in place there, but also positions this a little farther down. Now, I like to keep my cards pretty simple, but you could add a ribbon and a bunch of embellishments. I am going to add a couple, 3 of these. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, twist off the bottom, and get out the spatula. That, for me, that is just so easy to put these on my card. I'm going to use a big one and a medium one and a tiny one. I think I'll put it right up here. It's always so hard to know. All right, before I show you the other examples, let's decorate an envelope to match this card. I'm just going to keep this really simple, and I'm going to use this circle kind of in a different way. We're going to just kind of pretend like it's flowers. Now I'm protecting my my work surface with a scrap piece of paper, and then also tucking a scrap piece of paper under my envelope flap here. We're just going to make this nice and sunny. I'm actually going to stamp off now and just fill in the empty spots. Look at that. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Oh, wait. One more thing. I think this will be perfect. This is one of the sentiments in there. It says, you are seriously the best. And we're going to pop it right there in the beautiful cursive that I can't write because my handwriting's horrible. Okay, let me show you the other examples using this same designer series paper and that same textured notes bundle. Just used, this one is a soft sea foam, and that is old olive to match this old olive strip here. And then this is an old olive card base with the pecan pie to match the pecan pie here. This is the opposite side of that designer series paper. Okay, so these 3 are with the Floral Delight. Now this next card is using the perennial lavender, which is just so beautiful. So I stamped that circle in fresh freesia. And then here's the inside. And then I took that same woven strip to the envelope. So you can see you can use this same design. Just pick your pretty designer series paper, whatever strikes you. This is the Storybook Moments. So great for spring and summer. And here's this one. I think this would be perfect for somebody who just loves to garden. And then I brought that same leaf to the envelope there and used the smallest die to just cut that out. Now, all of these cards were made with different designer series paper, but the same textured notes bundle.
If you have questions about anything, just pop me a comment down below. I read them all and I'll respond to them too. I put out a new video every Friday, so I'll see you next week. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.